Something is happening on the 1st of July that will affect millions of pensioners across the United Kingdom, and most people either do not know about it or have not yet done anything to prepare. From that date, energy bills for a typical household are going up by £221 a year. That is not a rumor or a prediction. It has been confirmed by Ofgem, the official energy regulator, and it applies to anyone in this country who has not already taken a specific step to protect themselves. Now, £221 might sound like a manageable amount in isolation, but here is what makes this different. This increase is arriving in the summer, when most of us use less energy. And there are already forecasts suggesting that bills could rise again in October. For pensioners living on a fixed income, the state pension, pension credit, or a modest private pension, this is a very serious situation. Let us put this in context. In April of this year, most households actually saw a small reduction in their energy bills. The price cap fell to £1,641 a year for a typical dual-fuel household paying by direct debit. That was a welcome relief after a difficult few years. But from the 1st of July 2026, that cap is rising sharply by 13% to £1,862 a year. The reason, according to Ofgem, is a significant increase in wholesale gas prices driven by instability in global energy markets. In plain language, the cost of gas on international markets has risen, and those higher costs are being passed directly to households here at home. The figure of £221 represents the annual difference between the April cap and the July cap. For a typical household, that works out at roughly £18 more per month. And this is not money being taken in one lump. It happens gradually, through higher unit rates every time you switch on the heating, cook a meal, or use hot water. For pensioners, this matters more than it might for many working households. When you are on a fixed income, there is no pay rise coming, no extra overtime, and no obvious way to earn more to cover higher bills. Every increase in your outgoings hits harder. What also makes this particularly concerning is that energy bills are likely to rise again. Early predictions from the major suppliers suggest the October 2026 price cap could increase further. So the summer rise we are facing now may not be the last. But here is the important thing to understand straight away. This rise does not have to affect you. There are real steps you can take right now before July the 1st arrives that could protect your energy costs and reduce or even eliminate the impact on your household. This video is going to walk you through exactly what those steps are. So what is the price cap, and why does it matter whether you are on it or not? The energy price cap is set by Ofgem every 3 months. It limits the maximum amount that energy suppliers can charge you for each unit of gas and electricity you use. It also sets a maximum daily standing charge, that is the fixed daily amount you pay simply to be connected to the energy network before you use any energy at all. The cap applies to what are called standard variable tariffs, sometimes known as default tariffs. These are the tariffs most people end up on, often simply because they have never switched to anything else. If you have not actively chosen a different energy deal in the last year or two, there is a very good chance you are on a standard variable tariff right now. And from July the 1st, that means your bills are going up. However, and this is the crucial point, if you have already switched to a fixed-rate energy tariff, the July price cap rise does not affect you. Your rates are locked in for the duration of your fixed deal, regardless of what Ofgem announces. You are protected. That is the single most important action most people can take before July the 1st. Check whether you are on a fixed tariff or a standard variable tariff, and if you are on the variable rate, consider switching to a fixed deal before the rise takes effect. At the time of making this video, some fixed tariffs are available that are priced at or below the current April cap of £1,641. That means you could potentially lock in today's lower rates and avoid the July increase entirely. There are a few things to be aware of when it comes to fixed deals. They are usually offered for 12 months. Most fixed tariffs come with an exit fee if you want to leave early, so it is worth reading the terms before you sign up. And comparison sites do not always show every available tariff, so if you use one, look for a button that says something like Show All Tariffs to make sure you are seeing the full picture. Let us look at how this plays out for some of the people who might be watching this. Consider Margaret, who is 74 and lives on her own in a semi-detached house in the Midlands. She is on the full new state pension and receives a small occupational pension from her years working in the NHS. Her total income is around £17,000 a year. She has been with the same energy supplier for 11 years and has never thought about changing her tariff. She is almost certainly on a standard variable tariff and will see her bills rise by around £221 from July, unless she acts before the deadline. Now think about Alan and Janet, aged 71 and 69, who retired to the coast in Norfolk. They looked into fixed energy deals earlier this year and switched to a 12-month fixed tariff in April. When July the 1st arrives, nothing changes for them. Their unit rates stay exactly the same as when they signed up, and they do not pay a penny more until their deal ends next spring. And then there is Doreen, who is 78 and lives alone in a flat in Yorkshire. She receives both the state pension and pension credit. She has never switched energy suppliers and does not feel confident doing things online. What Doreen may not realize is that because she claims the guarantee credit element of pension credit, she automatically qualifies for the warm home discount, a £150 reduction off her electricity bill each year. That £150 does not eliminate the £221 rise, but it significantly softens the blow. The key is that Doreen needs to be receiving pension credit in the first place, and she needs to make sure her name is on her electricity account. There are several things that often get overlooked in these conversations, and it is worth covering them carefully. The first is a misunderstanding about what the price cap actually is. Many people believe it is a cap on the total amount they pay. It is not. It is a cap on the rate you are charged per unit of energy. If you use more energy than the assumed average, you pay more than the headline figure. For larger homes, older or poorly insulated properties, or households where someone has a medical condition requiring equipment to be run overnight, actual bills can be considerably higher than the typical figure you hear in the news. The second thing many people miss is the warm home discount. This is a government-backed scheme worth £150 off your electricity bill each year. If you receive the guarantee credit part of pension credit, you are in what is called the core group, and in England and Wales you should receive the discount automatically. However, you need to make sure you are actually claiming pension credit to benefit from it. The scheme reopens in October 2026, and we will cover the full details in a separate video. The third point, and this one is very important, concerns pension credit itself. According to the Department for Work and Pensions, around 910,000 households who are entitled to pension credit are not currently claiming it. That means up to £2.5 billion in support is going unclaimed every single year. The average entitlement for those who do not claim is roughly £2,600 a year, and that is before counting the gateway benefits that come with it, including the warm home discount, help with council tax, free NHS dental and optical care, and the free TV license for those aged 75 and over. People often assume they earn too much or have too much in savings to qualify for pension credit, but the rules are more generous than many expect. Your home is not counted as a savings asset. The first £10,000 of savings is generally disregarded, and benefits like attendance allowance, personal independence payment, and disability living allowance are excluded from the income calculation. It is genuinely worth checking, even if you feel certain you would not qualify. Another point often missed is that pension credit can only be backdated for 3 months. That means if you are entitled to it and you delay claiming, you could be losing money that you cannot recover later. Acting sooner rather than later matters. Here are the clear actions you can consider taking now, before July the 1st arrives. The first step is to find out what energy tariff you are currently on. You can do this by looking at a recent energy bill or by logging into your energy supplier's website or app. You are looking for the words Standard Variable Tariff or Default Tariff. If those words appear, you are on the tariff that will rise in July. The second step, if you are on a variable tariff, is to compare fixed-rate deals. The money-saving expert Cheap Energy Club is a well-known and free tool that shows a wide range of tariffs, including many that do not pay comparison sites a commission. Age UK also offer guidance for those who prefer telephone or in-person help. The third step is to check whether you are eligible for pension credit. You can use the official calculator at gov.uk, which takes around 5 minutes to complete. Alternatively, you can call the pension credit claim line on 0800991234, which is free, and a member of staff will complete the form with you over the telephone. Organizations like Age UK, Citizens Advice, and Independent Age can also help you make a claim if you find the process daunting. The fourth step, particularly for those in Scotland, is to check whether you need to apply for the Warm Home Discount separately. In England and Wales, the discount is largely automatic for those receiving guarantee credit. In Scotland, the rules differ, and some households in the broader group may need to apply directly with their energy supplier. The scheme reopens in autumn 2026, so it is worth being ready. Finally, if you are struggling to pay your energy bills, contact your supplier. Energy suppliers are legally required to help customers who are in payment difficulty. They may be able to offer a repayment plan, hardship support, or refer you to available grants. Do not wait until the situation becomes serious. If you are worried about how the July rise might affect your household, the most important thing is to stay calm and take it one step at a time. Check your tariff first. If you are already on a fixed deal, there is nothing more you need to do on that front. You are already protected from the July rise. If you are on a variable tariff and you feel confident comparing deals online, take a few minutes to do that before the end of June. If you are not comfortable doing it online, consider asking a trusted family member or friend to help, or calling your current supplier directly to ask about their available fixed-rate options. If you are on a low income and not claiming pension credit, please consider checking your eligibility. The potential value, both in the direct payment and the gateway benefits it unlocks, can be substantial. Depending on your situation, it could be worth thousands of pounds a year. A free check costs nothing, and there is no penalty for applying and not being awarded. Rules and rates do change over time, so it is always worth verifying current information directly through official government sources or trusted organizations such as Age UK and Citizens Advice before making any decisions. Let us bring together everything we have covered today. From the 1st of July 2026, the Ofgem energy price cap is rising by £221 a year for a typical household on a standard variable tariff. This has been confirmed, and it will affect anyone who has not already switched to a fixed-rate energy deal. The single most effective thing most people can do before July the 1st is check their current tariff and, if they are on the standard variable rate, consider switching to a fixed deal. Those already on a fixed tariff are protected and do not need to take any action on that point. For pensioners on lower incomes, the Warm Home Discount, worth £150 off your electricity bill, is an important source of support, particularly for those receiving the guarantee credit element of pension credit. And for those who may not have claimed pension credit, it is well worth checking eligibility. Around 910,000 households who are entitled to it are not claiming it, missing out on an average of around £2,600 a year before gateway benefits are taken into account. This is a difficult moment for household finances, but there are genuine steps you can take to protect yourself. Knowledge is the starting point, and that is exactly what this channel is here to provide. If you found this video helpful, please do subscribe to Retirement Money UK. We cover the topics that matter most to people in retirement: state pension changes, DWP benefit updates, savings, council tax, and everything else that affects your income and your finances in later life. New videos come out regularly, so subscribing means you will not miss anything important. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.